Hopefully this is working. Alright, so I'm playing Be a Franchise mode on NHL 23. My last video got copyright claim just because of the music, so hopefully this works. Alright. So far, good angle. Yeah, my team is Saginaw Broncos. I try to always pick a Michigan affiliated when I make a franchise mode. That's where I'm from, so gotta keep it home. See, what I don't get is like every time you start a franchise, it starts in Barnaby. So hopefully by turning the volume all the way down, they won't copyright claim me, even though I don't own the copyright for the music. And I'm pretty sure they know that. I'd like to give a shout out to Nasher. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be trying to make my own channel. I really appreciate him making this channel so huge the way it is, just off of hockey, which I didn't think there was that many hockey fans left anymore. I'm just glad it's coming back, and been watching a lot of his newer and older, him actually playing hockey and then him playing NHL. It's pretty amazing. Come on, get the puck. Lay down. Alright. Got Caulfield. Castle. Hit him. Yeah, I didn't record my first loss. Just lost the other day. I was gonna record and I was just so mad that I lost. It's hard for me to lose like an actual game versus sim. Like I can understand simulation losing, but I hardly ever lose if I'm playing the game. Because you have full control. See right there, I tried to do the tit-tat-toe, and there you go, I got it. Yeah, I think this is my 4th game in franchise. I'm gonna be starting to be a pro here soon. And I try to, like, every time I do be a pro, I use my body size. I don't use a 7-foot guy. I just use my body size because I want to know what it would be like if, my body type was there. And in NHL 20, I kept getting hurt a lot. Seems like when they made 22, so you get hurt for a game and you can go right back in the next game. But for some reason 20 wouldn't allow you to. Like I think it was like the 3rd game I played and I was out majority of the season. Then I come back, play 2 more games, and then I'm out. I can't even play in the playoffs, my team loses. And then I start the 2nd season. I think I played maybe 10 games and my player got drastically hurt for a majority of the season again, and my team was so bad we couldn't even make the playoffs. I think a possibility is because my guy's so small. I mean, I'm only 5'10", Back then I was only like 150 pounds, so I used my weight. Now, being 175, hopefully with, being bigger now, it it will help. But we'll see. If anybody follows Nasher, tell him good job with his roller hockey. That dude, man, I didn't think he was gonna be that good. I just thought he was great at playing the video game, and I seen him play in real life. He's amazing. He tries all these deets that he does in the game in real life, and he can do a lot of these deeps. His team, his team is good, but there just needs to be more chemistry. That's why they lost so many times. The chemistry was off. Nobody's like really talking out there. Like I played hockey for years, won I don't know 4 championships. It's because we only had like 2 star players, and I was kind of in the middle, decent player, always team player. They would put me on defense a lot, just because I protect my goalie, and I think that has a lot to do with it. Not the strongest skater, not the best scorer, but I can get the puck where it needs to go, and I better assister. And they put me on multiple positions, but then when we were playing playoffs, I got kicked out for fighting. Guy, there was a guy that went after one of my players. He did him dirty, crossed him in the back of the head. So I came up and threw him down, and I get thrown out. And when you're in the playoffs, you get thrown out of roller hockey. 9 times out of 10, you can't play in a championship, and that's what really sucked because I had to watch from the bench. It was terrible. But we were losing before I got in the fight, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was momentum, but because I won that fight, they happened to win the game. We were down like 3-1. Came back and won 5-3. Good game. But the hockey rink that I played at is no longer a hockey rink anymore. They turned it into like a manufacturing company. It's out in I believe it's Clinton Township. Near there is like 15 mile or 16 mile. It was YMCA, and then it changed to Sports Forum. YMCA took over for the hockey, and then they dropped it. I guess the owners decided they wanted to keep it, and then they sold it, I think, in 2018, which is a shame because there's not a lot of roller rinks in Michigan, at least not by me. There's one out in Taylor, but they mostly focus on ice. And I'm not the strongest ice skater. I have a problem stopping. That was always my biggest problem, stopping. I can skate backwards, forward. It was just stopping. For some reason, I couldn't get it. I would have to drag one of my legs just to kind of slow myself down. Or I just ran into a player. When I was playing roller hockey, I had the most penalty minutes. I think my 3rd year playing. And roller hockey is kind of weird. Like, you can hit somewhat, but I just kept nailing people. I don't know what it was. I was like a grinder and a playmaker at the same time because I would try and make the plays and protect my team. Like, I felt like maybe I was like a Bob Probert because I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty and protect my team at all costs. And we also had one of my teams that we we played. We were sponsored and everything. We were undefeated. Had a great season. 17-0. And roller hockey, you don't play that many games, which sucks because I want to play like 40 or 50 games. We only play 16, 17 games. But I used to have the big trophy. I think I gave it to my mom because I kept moving. It had just got too much to keep carrying all my trophies. I think I had an MVP trophy. I think my mom still has it. It's just the accolades. It was nice. I mean, the only reason I got MVP not because of the points, is because I protect my team, and I made sure everybody was good. I remember they cross-checked my fucking goalie, and I went after him. Made sure my goalie was able to stand up, and then I went after the guy that went after him. There was the game after that. He couldn't play because he was hurt, so I had to fill in for him. Never played goalie. We won the game. I mean, I was terrible at hockey goalie. For some reason, it's like they knew the one-timers would work, and then they had like 3 one-timers in a row that got me, and then I figured out who was the best player, and by the end of the game, we won. It was like, roller hockey is usually a high-scoring game, because the puck is so light, it can zoom by really, really fast. So these NHL players, they can shoot a puck about 100 miles an hour. Some over 100 miles an hour. So if they were able to shoot a hard rubber puck that fast, if they shot a roller hockey puck, it's probably about 200 miles an hour. So they would have an unfair advantage if they played roller hockey. And I don't know if the roller hockey pros came back, which I hope they did. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I had dreams about, playing the pro. But I don't know if I was good enough. But you never know, because you got scouts or you got word of mouth, whatever. I'd love to have had a chance. I hope they came back out, because these guys were just as good as pros. There was actually some pros, they had a couple lockouts, so some pros went roller hockey or just played in different countries. But it's a great game. I think everybody should get into it. It's fun. It's a lot of adrenaline. Most underpaid sport in my opinion. I can't believe soccer makes more than hockey. And I think hockey should have a bigger fan base. I'm glad they're adding expansion teams. Like the Seattle Kraken. Not a bad team. I think in a couple of years they're going to be a really good contender in the playoffs. They're still like a scattered team. I mean, they don't have the best chemistry, but they all have the same goal. They're all not the best players, but you don't need the best of everything. Like, how all these teams have like 2, 3 superstars on their team. And it don't really matter. As long as the team has the same goal and objective, they would do anything to win. And I think Seattle is going to definitely be that team in the next couple of years. Detroit used to be that team. I know they're rebuilding. They still got great players. And I always get teased about being a Pittsburgh Penguin fan because I live in Detroit. But I don't care. I mean, I love the rivalry that Detroit and Pittsburgh have. Every time I go to a game, they're always booing Crosby. they got people that made shirts that say "Cry Baby Crosby," and I just find it funny because there's other superstars that cry way more, and Crosby's just very passionate about the game and his team, and they call that crying. Oh, because he told the ref that it was unfair for a couple penalty, or they didn't call a penalty on somebody that hit him hard. It's ridiculous. But all in all, it's still a great game. Everybody after the game, I mean, it's all about, you know, adrenaline pretty much. Everybody gets into your team. They're diehard fans here. Like, if you're born in Michigan, which I am, you're a Red Wing fan until you die. I mean, I love Detroit, but it was something with Mario Lemieux and Yager playing that really got me into it. And when Crosby, I was watching highlights before he became pro, and he was just amazing. He actually knows how to do the Michigan goal. I've seen it when he was 15 years old. I thought that was the first time ever, but no. I think his name is Mike Legg, and I've seen it, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he's the one that created it, or at least that's what I've been told, that he created it. I don't understand why he never went pro. I looked at his stats. He had the stats to play. He was a really good player, just underrated. Very underrated. He should have went. It said he was drafted by Calgary, I think, in 96 or 94, around there. But he was playing for Michigan in 96, and that's when the Michigan goal came out. Which I don't understand that one. If anybody can explain that one, that would be great. I have tried the Michigan goal in real life. Very difficult. I've seen Nasher do it. He can do it, but when it comes to the game, which, you know, is very hard because it's so intense. He's got 3 guys on him. It's nothing you can do. I respect that he tried it. I mean, even though it didn't work, it was still, you gotta experiment what you can do with deking. I'm not the best deker. I'm not the best player, period, but I am a very good team loyal player. I always have my team's back, no matter what. It's just like in, you know, my day job. I'm a truck driver, and the guys I work with, I'm all about my drivers. If you don't have the drivers, you don't have a company. In my experience, because I mean, how are you gonna get everything out? The driver's first thing you see when we deliver. We're the face of the company. Maybe one day, you know, I'll be able to grow my channel. Hopefully, hope people subscribe and watch the videos. Hopefully, they can give me some tips and pointers. That'd be really appreciated. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I might be out with my description. I'm not sure. I don't edit my videos. I like, you know, consistent gameplay on here. I want everybody, even, you know, I stutter a lot, so, or there's a lot of awkward pauses. I'm still trying to learn how to do this. Like, this is my literally second video I ever made. And right now it's 42. Sonny Milano. Very underrated player. I picked him up, and I mean, he's low ranking for some reason. He's like an 83. In my opinion, I think he's like an 85 or 86. Oh, come on. What the hell was that? Well, why he shot it? He's trying to do a pass. Yeah, so Nasher, if you ever see this video, uh, hit me up, man. Uh, if you have any tips, and I seen the intro to NHL 23 that you're on it. That was very impressive and well deserved. I mean, I love your channel. I can see how passionate you are with hockey. That's amazing. And right now, I'm getting my son into hockey, and he loves it. He can play whatever position he wants, but he has a problem with attention. Hopefully, one day he can just, oh man, a one timer. He can just pay attention, so I can teach him better. It's just hard right now with working 50 hours a week and just being so dead tired. And then on the weekends, I kind of just relax, play some more hockey. We go to the movies or whatever. I really would like to take, another goal. Victor Brass. I even tried to get my cousins into it. It was funny because my cousin was like, "No, I tried it, man. It's just too cold." I was like, "Are you serious? You got all these pads on. When you start moving, it just sounds like you're being flat-footed. I mean, you could just start skating." And he gave up. I was like, "Dude, there's also roller hockey. You don't have to just play ice. Find a roller hockey league. You should be good. You have all the technology to find rinks. I mean, you're on your phone 95% of the time." But he decided to play baseball. He thought he was going to go pro, which he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but it's just, he wasn't at that skill level 100%. He could have taken it further, but he wasn't, to me, he wasn't really focused. I think he was too busy chasing girls, and now he's got a kid on the way. He's only 19. Oh, come on. Alright, set it up, boys. Oh, whoa. Why didn't they call that one? That was a slash. Triple. Alright. Let's go, Murray. Alright, a little spin move. Shit. And I noticed that Nasher, he don't swear in any of his videos. I find it fascinating and very hard to do, because most hockey players curse like sailors. And it sucks for me because I'm a truck driver, and all truck drivers swear. It's hard to filter your mouth. We just say what comes to mind. And I just recently tried the alumni game. I had the alumni Pittsburgh Penguins and then alumni Red Wings. I played the Red Wings. Oh my god, it was such a hard game. The Red Wings almost 100% on everything. They got Gordie Howe, Stevie Y, Mike Vernon as their goalie. Such a stat team, but I didn't see Sergei Fedorov in there. I seen Kozlov, Larionov, but I did not see Fedorov, which that was a Russian 5. I was a kid when oh man, that's a goal. Yep, I know, I screwed up. But you gotta get a chance. And also, I thought this was gonna be funny, so I was trying to play the women's versus the men's, like the men's USA team versus the women's USA team, and it literally said men cannot play women, which I find that funny because I thought they were just as good as we are, And also, wasn't there a female that went pro on Tampa Bay Lightning as a goalie? But yet you can't play women. I mean, yeah, we're bigger, but you want to talk about fairness. I mean, if you want to play fair, then play with the real pros. I'm not saying these women are not good enough. I think a lot of them are good enough, but you know, you, they don't have their own league, which I don't understand why they don't. NBA has their own league, which nobody goes to, not even the women. Which, maybe the women should have had their own pro league. I think a lot more people would be in, interested in it than basketball. Basketball, kind of lame. Oh, that was almost a goal. I had no problems. I even got my girlfriend into hockey. She loves it. It's a great way to burn energy, spend time with the family, and you learn something new. And she's not into sports, but she did it and played with us, and I think she did very well for never playing. I told her to say maybe I'll rent a rink for a couple hours so all of us would play. My son, her, me. Just have some fun. Because I figure why not? It gets us out of the house. You learn something new. And I haven't played hockey like on blades or ice skates in a while. Like, I got a bad car accident and my balance has been off ever since my surgery. I went to go stand up on rollerblades. They weren't a good pair. They were too wide for my foot, and the wheels that I had on it, they weren't good. They were off balance, and I was taking a slap shot. Didn't realize the stick that I bought was too short. So when I took a slap shot, I missed and fell so bad. And knowing me, I don't wear pads. I really messed myself up. I had to take a few days off of work. I didn't think I was going to do that to myself. I thought I was good. So I've been playing hockey for years. I'll be fine. I didn't consider the surgery really messing me up. And there we go. We won again. That's going to be it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, you can subscribe. Hopefully Nasher hit me up. Talk later.